welcome back to Mature Racing Club, Gran Turismo Touring Car Championship. Pro 1 League, Race 4, so this is the reverse grid race. This is the one where everyone picks their own Group 4 car. The only rule is it can't be the Aston Martin, because we already use it. And as you may be able to tell, we're at glorious Goodwood today. Not everyone's favourite track, and a track that, as you as you will come to realise, is very accident prone as well. So we'll get straight into it. We won't delay. Reverse grid race means Piper, JC, Cheech, Tricky Tree. They have really good opportunities here. They're all in FFs though. Actually, JC's in a BMW, so he should rock it away. Piper just a little bit slow off the line. The Audi actually beating the BMW. Gets up front. There's a McLaren. That's Raffo. The McLaren will start well, so JC leads us into the first corner for the first time. Cheechy just about sneaking through to P2 past Piper. Raffo getting away well. Infinity Decals already succumbing to the grass of Goodwood, which will claim many victims today. So yeah, Infinity Decals right down at the bottom. Myself and Vin. I'm succumbing to the grass of Goodwood. Basically this is just one straight, so I can kind of recover that. It's alright. I don't like Goodwood, it's not my favourite track, and I've done no practice leading into this as well, so just whatever I could get out of this is sort of a bonus. That was Zaf trying to go down the inside of Tricky though in the Audi, nice and able just to keep that Cheechy though. Meanwhile, I'll take him out of battling for the lead here against the BMW. So we're coming down to one of the overtaking spots on the circuit. This is one of probably the biggest braking zone at Goodwood. Biggest braking zone. They only brake about 40 miles an hour speed away, and then it's straight back through again. And then accident prone site, which is a chicane. Let's see if everyone makes it through there okay for the first time of asking. Well, it seems like most do. That Mung, I think Mung got a little bit tangled. He was already getting swallowed up by Audis. Let's just see from my POV what happens to Mung. Yeah, he just taps the wall. Luckily he ghosts, because otherwise that would have collected me and Infinity Decals as well. So Cheechy now leads the way up into first position, lap number 2. It's a long race though, so a lot of focus is needed here at Goodwood just to not fall off the track. You can lose a lot of time by falling off the track here, so you're going to need to focus for the half hour. Or you are off the circuit. In terms of tyre deg, it'll affect the FFs. The other cars not so much, but a pit stop here probably worth it. So CJW-Racing's had an off as well. What's happened to CJW-Racing? He was in 10th anyway, so it wasn't massively high up. We see Warmid get past Pipe out up ahead, and he just goes a bit deep, and the grass claims another victim. Managed to pretty much salvage it though, but he is going to get taken by the Porsche of Mungino. Myself and Infinity Decals having a little bit of a battle. Coming into St Mary's, it's unless you're ahead, you don't battle this, so I'm back out of that move. Infinity Decals can continue on in front. Vin, the winner last time out, battling his fellow Sirocco driver of Piper. We've got Tim doing a good job in the Audis in P7 at the minute. Zaf's up to P6. Surf having a good race so far up in P5. Tricky Tree now battling to get past Raffo. Raffo in the McLaren will come under a siege from the FF cars. The McLaren better in the corners, but the FFs just have that overall pace, and as you see there, Raffo goes just a bit deep. Tricky Tree's just able to, Surf Rev just able to get that move made. So for the time being, Tricky Tree up. Surfer then coming under pressure. Raffo starting to fall down the grid. He's got taken by Surfer, Zaf and Tim as well. Oh, and Tim's out. Turn right again. The grass of Goodwood claims another victim. He does well not to absolutely deck it there. But he's gone from, what was it, 7th down to 10th. Kind of out of this fight as well. If you're in slipstream here, it can be worth quite a bit. As you can see, me and Dave again side by side coming down to St Mary's. This time I feel I've got an opportunity, a sniff of a move. Just touch the grass there with that left hand side, and I go on like a little adventure. Mung does the same sort of thing, I think. And unfortunately that's pretty much my race over in terms of challenging for anything good. Chichi though's got a big lead at the front. Jace is becoming a bit of a plug. Tricky Tree, I might try and get him here coming down to the big braking zone. No can do at the end for the time being. Surf Rev and Zaf try and have a bit of a fight for that P4 position. Raffo's trying to fight his way back. Raffo back up to 8th, then he's back past Piper. Infinity Decals, we've got CJW-Racing here, they've got Tim, and then myself. I'm miles away. It took me ages to get out of the predicament I was in back there. So I'm a long way back now. Meanwhile, the battle for P2. She's Tricky Tree get his way past JC. JC's held that position for quite a while in the HKS BMW, but he's had to give that one up to the TT for the time being. So next car that may be attacking JC's Surf Rev. We've got Vin involved in this fight as well. Vin is looking hungry today. As we see the BMW ahead locked a wheel up, and that's going to cost him a little bit of time. That might give these FFs the encouragement they need just to start attacking a little bit further up. Nothing doing a bit further back actually. There's relatively good space in between all the cars. We've got this nice little fight though kicking off between Surfer and Vin. Warmid trying to get involved in that as well. A couple of cars run off. Vin, oh that's not the circuit mate, as he has a massive accident. What happened here? Did he just go? He just ran a bit wide. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's going to put him way back. Oh, what he can escape through there. So Vin has managed to escape, and he's still going to get away ahead in front of me. That's exactly how far back I was. That Vin's able to basically extract himself out of a tech pro barrier and carry on. Right then, so that's unleashed things a little bit at the front. So there's what I mean by that is that there's no like side-by-side fighting at the front. They can just start to put laps in now. So Warmid actually can start attacking Surfer. These guys may well start catching JC because they are lapping a little bit quicker than the BMW at the minute. In terms of Tricky Tree versus Chichi, Chichi's kind of in a league of his own at the minute. Fastest lap of the race so far, 13.4. And yeah, the sausage is Audi. He's just out there on its own. He doesn't have to necessarily worry about anyone else. Someone who does have to worry about someone else. Surf Rev, he's got a warm mid up his backsides. Raffo's keeping in with these guys. Raffo and the McLaren's doing a good job so far. Goodwood is a bit of a leveller when it comes to cars. It's all about just how you manage your race pace, I guess. 15.4, yeah, so he is lapping quicker than the cars ahead, is Raffo. The other McLaren CJW-Racing following behind. We've got Piper there, we've got Tim there as well, we've got Infinity Decals in 10th. Vin in 11th now after that massive crash a lap or so ago, and then myself. I've set my fastest lap of the race at 15.7 so far. In the PlayStation Audi, it's just not going my way today, but it's my own fault because I didn't learn the track. Yeah, so that's the grid as it is. We're approaching a third of the way through the race. I'm sure there's plenty of time for this order to change. Starting to heat up then in the battle for P3. JC just ran off the circuit a little bit there. That's going to give Surfer the speed advantage coming down the straight, and then as we come into the braking zone, Surfer might try and have a bite of the BMW down here. He's got a bumper alongside. It does good racing room given between both drivers, great racing from them too. JC does go into the chicane ahead. Surfer just tucks back in for the time being. JC's going to have very dirty tyres now. Good racing between these two guys, very respectful and clean. Surfer going to have another go down into turn 1, I think he is. Jason's going to try and fight around the outside, and he's just going to run it too hard and give those spectators, that one in particular there at the left, really enjoyed that crash. Unfortunately JC now he's going to pile down the order, and this happened in the race, so Tim goes off as well. Yeah, this happened in the race, and I remember this happening, and kudos to JC for this, because if he'd have piled back on track, as you can see, he wasn't in an ideal location. So JC basically just waited for everybody to go past, including me, and I was a long way back as well. Waited for everyone to go past, so as not to cause any accidents. So no, maximum kudos sent to JC. Was running in the podium positions and now finds himself at the back of the grid and a long way down as well. Meanwhile, just in a little bit of time we've been gone, Chichi's been continuing his rampage at the top. Surfer continues in P3. Yeah, we've got Vin versus Infinity Decals, looking like it might spice up a little bit. FF v FF. Infinity Decals just invents new parts of the track that haven't been used before. Vin does manage to make it up the inside. Tim forgets there's a corner. Just carries on. I'll go that way. But yeah, that's Vin. Oh, bit wibbly then from Infinity Decals. He manages to rescue it. That was he plays on pad, so it is a bit easy to rescue yourself from crashes on pad, but still, that would have been a bit of a brown trouser moment for him. So Vin up to P8, Infinity Decals 9th. Tim in 10th, but has dropped him a little bit closer to me, so I've now got a car I can look at rather than just admiring the scenery here at Goodwood. JC a long way back now, as you can see. About 1:44 that time round. He was lapping in the 15-16s prior to that, so yeah, a very slow lap that one for JC. So about to see how Goodwood can bite. So this is Rafa, rear-wheel drive McLaren. So we're going to go into St Mary's, but we're going to just carry just a smidge too much speed, a little bit of unbalance there as well. The car just doesn't rotate on the front because of that, and it certainly rotates on the back. So unfortunately for Rafa, that's going to cost him a few positions, because Sarexic, Piper, maybe Vin can get his way past. Yeah, Vin can get his way past the stricken McLaren. The McLaren is going to be thrust into the grasp of Infinity Decals, who may well go on the attack very, very shortly indeed. While all that was happening as well, Surfrav and Warmid was starting to have their own little dust up. This is how it all started. Surfrav just ran a little bit wide, managed to keep the car on track and going, but it did bring Warmid back into a position where he could start to attack. So he's not close enough at the chicane, but Surf with the dirty tyres runs wide out of the chicane anyway. It's going to give Warmid the overspeed, and the Audi can start to attack. Surf just a little bit late there on the defence, has to leave enough racing room for the Audi to go through. With the speed advantage, the Audi manages to get himself up into P3. What else is going on? Let's have a look. Oh, we've got Sarexic and Vin. Is our Vin passed? Yeah, similar sort of move. Similar sort of move to what we just saw there. Sarexic having to give that place up. He can't attack him back because he's got a penalty unless Vin decks it off the circuit. So Sarexic's clear. Yeah, he's not clear to engage that target, I'm afraid. So he's going to have to just stay put, probably burn his penalty away. Try and get him back at a later point in the circuit if he can keep in his coattails. Chichi at the top, still running rampage on this league, on this race especially. He's carrying on for another lap. We may well see him in the pits. In fact, we will see him in the pits because there's a funny story around that. Or certainly something entertaining to watch as well. Right, so Rex still with that penalty, unable to get past Vin unless he decks it off the circuit. But Vin not doing that for the time being. So it looks like everyone at the minute is behaving themselves. Towards the end of lap 12 then, and the leader goes into the pit lane, and yeah, we'll soon see how that pans out for him. Meanwhile, Tricky Tree is going to carry on for another lap, so he's going to assume the lead of the race. Now what you will notice is Chi-Chi's still in the pits. Now this is a bug, quite a known bug within this, especially within this track, where I think it's if you're leading and you pit, it kind of sticks you in there and you don't get out. Now according to Chi-Chi's screen, and you will see after the race as well, he was actually out on circuit as everyone else piles into the pits now. But to us, he was in the pit lane for the entirety of the race. So Chi-Chi, if you're watching from here on out for the next 14 minutes, we're not really going to be covering your car, because it's just, that's your car as far as the rest of us saw it. And it starts doing wheelies in a minute. It's quite weird. So the de facto leader of the race, as far as we can tell, is Tricky Tree. So he's now leading the race according to us. Piper's coming under pressure from Warmid on the fresh tyres, just able to sling that Audi up the inside, and then the outside coming down towards the penultimate corners. Piper with that penalty, trying just to get that burnt away. Surfer's got rid of his, he's pitted. Most drivers now have come in and pitted for new tyres. It's just a safe option around here. This is a track you don't really want to be suffering too much with that tyre degradation. So pretty much all cars have come in and got a fresh pair of boots on. Myself, I'm trying to get to catch up to the pack ahead. It's just been a recovery race for me. My pace isn't there anyway, really. I'm not really going anywhere near the top of the field, even if I didn't have that big crash. But just trying to salvage some points for the team. So that's what the game is. Yeah, everyone's pitted now, just looking through, and everyone has pitted. So there you are, Chi-Chi, down in 11th, having like some little weird party in the pits. Oh, we got yellow flags out. Who's gone off? Oh, it's CJW-Racing. The McLaren's not having fun down here. Same corner that Raffo did it. Similar story as well. Just got a lot of. This car just wouldn't rotate at the front. When you get that rear bouncing, it just doesn't sit. CJW-Racing now with a lot of work. Oh, he's rescued it moderately well. But again, I'm on the attack now. We're prowling Audi. Might be looking at getting a move made on CJW-Racing, but we'll see. He's got good pace around here, to be fair. So Tim, meanwhile, is attacking Infinity Decals. I think I've worked with Infinity Decals enough. I know how to pronounce the company name, but there we go. You will no doubt flame me for that. Come at me, bro. So for the time being, Tim's surviving the onslaught. Sets his fastest lap of the race so far, 14.2. Nice exit from here, yeah, nicely done that, Tim. That's certainly going to make you safe for at least a little while longer. Right, so as far as we can see, Tricky Tree now leading the way. A decent, healthy lead over P2 Warmid, who's coming up to lap JC. Surf Rev holding on to P3, but he has got Vin. Vin's not that close, to be fair. I was going to say he's got the race winner from last time out behind him, but in terms of distance on track, it's quite a way. See, Surfer's all the way down here, and yeah, Vin's a good 7-8 seconds back at least, really. But he is going quickly at least. Yeah, that's your race so far. Meanwhile, Chi-Chi, there you are, mate. having a party in the pit lane. We're 20 minutes deep into the Goodwood Classic. This will go down in the history books, this one. We're watching CJW-Racing. He's got me approaching him, and just a little mistake from CJW-Racing just on the exit. Long straight ahead means myself in the Audi, I can powerhouse my way through. So myself now up to P9s. I'm finally making moves in the top 10. Watch out, podium finishers. And then coming out of the chicane, Mr. Robinson just taps the wall, and that's just going to give me the run on him essentially. You see Chichi there, still having a party in the pits. Well, now me and Infinity Decals go side by side. He lets off to let me through, but that gives CJW-Racing a run on him as well. So CJW-Racing now up to P9 as well. So Infinity Decals through that little mistake. He's lost 2 positions here. Now I've just done a 13.9. That's about as fast as I've ever gone here around at Goodwood. Next target for me is Tim. I was catching him slowly. See, that's Vin trying to get a lap on JC. JC pulls over, lets him go. Surface still holding third. Warmid having a good race. P2 for Warmid. And then Tricky Tree unofficially leading the race at the minute, as Chichi's doing this. Can Infinity Decals get his own back on CJW-Racing? He's going to have to be patient about it. Yellow flag's out up ahead, so there's a car off. Who is that? Oh, that's JC. I remember that, he just parked there to let people go. He's going again now. CJW-Racing lives to fight another day. So yeah, about 7 minutes to go here at Goodwood. Not a long time at all, but plenty of time for mistakes to be made and positions to be picked up by people as well. So let's see how this one emerges. Sorry about that, just saw it on the replay, made me laugh. Anyway, Surfer's not going to thank me for this next bit. He's running him nicely in third. There's drops again, the car just doesn't turn, just carries on going and smacks the wall. Spectators terrified. That's going to let Vin up into third. And it's going to bring Piper closer to Surfer as well. So kind of expecting to see a little bit of a battle between these two in the coming laps. See how that emerges then. Raffo 6th for the time being, with Tim in 7th, myself in 8th, just ahead of CJW-Racing and Infinity Decals. So my hope at this point was just to try and get myself up to about where Tim was. It's about where I could, with 8 minutes to go. That's about my dream at the minute. Tricky Treat still leading the way by quite a margin as well. He's got quite a lead over Warmid. Warmid himself has a decent lead over V-Show. The Surfer v Piper battle then. So Piper's been going well lately. He's dipping into the high 14s, the low 15s. Surfer's had a scruffy couple of laps, I'm sure he'll say that himself. He's going to bring Piper into the battle a little bit. So hopefully something fruity emerges from this. Looks like it might be getting fruity. Dave Piper setting personal best lap time. Surfer again just goes wide at that corner. I don't think Piper's going to be able to get close enough here to get a move made, but he's going to get a really good run on Surfer with dirty tyres as well. Well, Dave's doing a good enough job as we see Chicha there bouncing away in the pits. This could get nice and fruity. going down to, I think it's St Mary's. This is where moves can be made, but you've got to be brave. You've got to be racing with someone you can commit to these sort of things. With Piper, looks like he just backed off there. Probably eyeing up a move elsewhere on the circuit. Probably down into that penultimate set of corners, because that's where Surfer's been making mistakes, if he has been making any. So yeah, these guys are going to be rambled up in this little battle for a little while. Tim's still holding me off just about. These guys nice and close again. Piper's on the attack now. He's going to try and drive around the outside. Has to back out with those Surfer tight, nice and tidy that time round for Surfer Rev. Nothing doing this time round for Piper. He's got to have another go another time. Raffo getting closed down, is he? No, he's him and Tim keeping the same sort of gap. Yeah, there's about the same sort of gap between all of us. Sayrexic and Infinity Decal still having a battle as well. Cheech is still using his hydraulics in the pits. It's a weird one, this, because the circuit just doesn't, on paper, doesn't really give you good racing, but it is giving us that to a degree. It's just strange the way it's been presented. So a lot of it's just down to mistakes. A lot of these moves are being made because drivers are just making a bit of a hash of it. I've seen someone off in the background there, that's Tim. I just saw that on the track map. So what happened here for Tim? So he ran it. Oh, he's St Mary's. This is alright. This is fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's a good line. Does he just? Oh yeah, all back loaded back wheel there on the grass. That's not good. That's going to give him dirty tyres as well. He's not going to get a traction for this corner, which means he goes wide, and that is just going to give me the run to get up the inside and start attacking Raffo. Talking of attacking, Piper's still having a look at Surfer Rev. Again, no room at the end. Surfer does go wide, now coming down towards the chicane, but tidies it up nicely and maintains that 4th position. So my job now is to try and catch Raffo. So that lap for Raffo is 16.6. What do I do this time round? A 15.2. So yeah, I'm pulling time on him, but he's my teammate as well. So I'm not going to fight him. Even if I do catch him, I'm not going to give him a hard time because it's a team sport. Well, it's not, but we pretend it's a team sport. Sayrexic, what happened to you? I'm sure you were in front of Infinity Decals, or was Infinity Decals just managed to get past you? That last lap, 19.8, so not too bad, but a lot of mistake. Closing on the end, might as well just stick with this to the end of the race. So Surfer and Piper's calmed down a little bit. Tricky Treat is first on the road, but we know because of the pit glitch. I mentioned it a few times, but yeah, it's as far as he's concerned, he's P1. Walmid had a great race for Walmid so far. P2 for him on the road. Vin, especially given he smashed into the barriers quite a way through the race as well. Just got it all wrong at the chicane, so yeah, he's in 3rd at the minute, having a great race. Surfer just holding off Piper for the time being. I am catching Raffo, so that time's 16.3, 14.5 for me, so yeah, I'm going about a second-ish a lap quicker than Raffo, but with just 2 laps to go, it's going to be a tall order to catch him, let alone overtake him. Tim yet again taking limits with track limits. Sayrexic as JC pulls off the track to let cars go. So to start his final lap, race leader then Tricky Treat. He's going to come out to start lap 24. In terms of the gap between the 2 PlayStation cars, that's it. Visually setting in a bit on the road. Sort of resigned to the fact it wasn't going to happen at this stage, but I was still pushing nonetheless. far from my favourite tracks. Oh, what's happened to CJW-Racing? Yeah, what I was going to say is I'd almost sort of in your head written this one off as a damage limitation, mate. So you carry, too much speed in there, locks the wheels up straight into the dirt. And we know that McLaren likes to pirouette when that happens to it. So the good news for CJW-Racing is it doesn't put him under threat from JC. JC's a couple of laps down because he's been pulling over to let cars by. It just puts him out of the fight with infinity decals. These two have calmed down a little bit. The closest on-track action genuinely is me and Rafa. But let's skip up to the top and just see Tricky Trees coming around the final couple of corners. So well done to Tricky Tree anyway, even if this doesn't go down on the record books as a win because of a glitch. He still drove a great race. Still deserves plaudits, so well done to Tricky Tree, although it is a P2 on the road because Cheech the winner. Warmid, a good race for Warmid as well. Third for Warmid. So that's a good result for the Michelin boys. Vin picking up points for Team PlayStation in fourth. Surfer just about surviving the onslaught from Dave Piper, who just about survives the penultimate corner. P6 for D10 Piper. And then the two PlayStation cars neck and neck pretty much as we come across the line. It's myself and Rafa. Rafa taking P7, myself in P8, Tim in P9. With infinity decals in P10, CJW-Racing in 11th, and JC in 12th. So that's your lot from this week. We'll see you with some hot Group 4 action next week. Hope you join us for that one. Until then, like, subscribe, all that stuff. See you in a bit.